Alrighty, sir, here's the Traverse that you were inquiring on in person, so that way we can do a little bit of a virtual walk around since you're not 100% familiar with them. Traverse is a really long nameplate that we've had with our company for a very long time. It looks really great, looks a lot more modern. You have LED headlights, turn signals, and backup lights. And then space on this is gonna be one of the largest three-row SUVs you can get into without going to a Tahoe or anything of that manner. Because when you go American, you're gonna get a little bit more space. This one does seat 2 in the front, 3 in the middle, and then 3 in the back. So you have a total of 8 seats inside the vehicle and buckles and everything like that. And you'll notice that this white exterior gives it a really nice contrast with the black undertones and the black wheels and everything like that to make it look a little more sporty. You'll have a really nice aggressive front end with that classic Chevrolet design with automatic high beams as well included. Here's another great thing. With your key fob, you can lock and automatic start it. You even get the remote start on your phone, so you can remote start it from your phone. And then you also get your power tailgate. It has your sensors on the front and back. So you have your parking sensors and then plenty of storage space. You can see inside, one side of the seats are folded down. And then you also have storage space underneath. It gives you some options. If you want to close it, of course, you can use your key fob like I did a second ago. There's a button on the inside to close it in case you forget, but you also have a button on the door frame. One of the things I really love about the Traverse is that it does give you a really sporty look. So you get the quad exhaust in the back, right underneath. And then this little plastic piece right here, watch this. So as you can see there, you do get your trailering equipment, and this vehicle can tow up to 5,000 pounds, as well as the connections underneath. And then whenever you're done, you don't want it to look like a truck anymore, you just pop it back on. Now on the outside, there is some really good conveniences. So I can lock and unlock the door with this chrome button to give me keyless entry into the vehicle. And then you'll see that on the seats, this is a black cloth interior. The sun's a little bright, so it does look a little bit gray, but it is a black cloth. And I can even recline these seats backwards, as well as, and you'll see they're perfectly lined up. There's a bar underneath. I can slide them forwards and backwards to maximize space for that third row as well. Now that we're sitting inside, you're gonna have a couple of conveniences in the second and third row. First being you get your own climate controls for the second and third row, so I can adjust this, as well as change the temperature, and that would be completely different and separate than the front 2 seats, as well as a wall plug underneath with 2 USB charging stations, so you can kind of customize how you charge your stuff. Plus, for all the families, you're gonna have AC on the top of your head in the second and in that third row, so it blows air down on your head and makes it a lot more comfortable in the back. Another great thing about Chevrolet is that they've always been on the cutting edge of technology. So you'll see a completely digital dash that will play with a little bit more, a giant massive touchscreen, as well as a really nice, well-designed interior of the vehicle. To the front, this is your driver's seat. It is going to be power adjustable. And look at how nice that quality looks. And what I like about it is I can slide it forwards, I can slide it backwards, I can go up, I can go down, but I also have this really nice thigh support. So I can raise and lower this to make the seat completely comfortable. And then of course, incline and recline. But I also, and I hope you can see this, have my lumbar support. Here's my steering wheel. The steering wheel, you're gonna have your cruise control and everything of that manner, which is really great. And then over here, I'm gonna have a heated steering wheel, which is super comfortable, as well as a few buttons that mess with the screen up here. So let me show you that. Now, I also have a few cool buttons, like right here. I have access to control the screen. So right here, you have your map screen. I can cycle through and say, hey, I want my safety technology up here. Or potentially, I don't want anything. I just want to see the speed limit. It'll actually grab the speed limit signs as I drive past them and tell me what I'm doing and have almost no information whatsoever up there. And then I also have like a technology screen where it shows me the day, the time, the temperature, your fuel, and your helpful information like navigation and music will be displayed right here. Now, depending on how you like to drive, there is even customizable drive modes. So if I cycle through, I do have a sport mode, which will prioritize your acceleration and everything of that manner. I have a snow mode and a tow haul mode, which is super convenient. So if you get bad weather, it'll be super nice and safe. And if you want to tow anything, you can tow up to 5,000 pounds inside the vehicle. Now on the screen, I have a few conveniences. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wireless. So I can pair my phone via Bluetooth and automatically connect my phone to the car, pull up Apple Maps, Google Maps, my Spotify, my Pandora, and everything like that. But I also really love the vehicle's like touchscreen because it doesn't feel outdated or clunky. Because I have things like Google where I can do stuff like, hey Google, where's the nearest Panda Express?
There's a Panda Express 1.4 miles away.
What I love about this, yes, is that it will start showing me my navigation up here, right? And if I have it set up with the screen or maps right here, I can also have that. So I could literally just have my music up on this giant one and then have my maps displaying here, which is really convenient. On top of that, it does answer super helpful questions like, hey Google, how far is the Earth from the moon?
The moon is about 238,900 miles from Earth.
So super convenient. And then it works like drag and drop, just like on your phone. So I really love this camera button. I want it one button away at all times. So I can just drag and drop it up there. And then whenever I want it, if I'm on, like, for example, the music, I can just have it like this, and I'll have my 360 camera. What I love about it too is when I throw it in reverse, you'll see those lines on the 360 camera start to change for your front wheels, your back wheels, and everything like that. And then I have my rear view camera, and then when I put it into drive, I have my front camera as well. Really, really comfortable. Now, another cool thing about this is that it does have dual zone climate in the front. So you have your third row with its own climate control, as well as your second and third row with its own climate control, but also your first row and your passenger seat. So I can have 3 different climates. I can have my driver climate right here at 65, and the passenger can say, hey, I'm a little bit cold. I want this to 75 or 74. And you can see the 2 different temperatures. It does have heated seats, which is really cool. And then you look down a little bit and you have your dual zone climate. So you don't have to use this touchscreen. You have actual knobs. And then you do have a wireless charger, USB-C, USB charging stations, and a traditional cigarette lighter, which is really cool. And then in here, don't mind that, that's my microphone. You do have your cup holders diagonally, storage space here, as well as storage space inside of the seat. And then one thing I didn't show you is that you do have a pass-by storage underneath the console. So for like an umbrella or a purse or anything of that manner, it gives you more storage space as well. Lastly, you do also get this rear view camera mirror. So if you think about it, if I turn around, how much stuff can I see with kids behind me or items? Not really. You have that little sliver in the middle. But if I want to use this as a mirror, I can and see that just like this, right? Or if I want to switch it, I can go to a camera and see a lot better of an angle and a view than I normally would be able to see inside the vehicle. Now, buying a vehicle shouldn't be complicated or overwhelming. So if you have any questions, any concerns, anything you want to ask me, feel free and just let me know. I'm here to help out however possible, and I'm only one phone call away. Thank you so much.